and I can only pray again for a really, really Merry Christmas. My name is Dennis Wall, one and only of Nigerian for FM, and as always, it's time to have ethical, philosophical, and thought-provoking discussions on the sunny side. Increased crime rates as a result of economic hardship in sections in Nigeria. It's funny how conversations we shouldn't be having are still a concern, and we'll continue talking about it. The issue of childbirth and how a woman chooses to birth her child for the benefit of the mother and the child. Questions I'll be asking. What are some of the results of economic hardship? So, by virtue of what I do as a journalist, sometimes I read the news. At other times, I either read the news on air, or I'm reading it to myself, or I'm reading it in the midst of persons. I go online, I go to some of the national dailies, and I see some of these stories, and I share some of the recent criminal activities as reported in the news with friends, neighbors, random persons. You know how you are somewhere and you see something and you just now wow. And before you know it, someone picks interest in why you're shouting now wow. And you're forced to share the reason why you are now worrying, if there's any word like that. And it's centered around some story somewhere, from kidnapping to child trafficking to armed robbery to internet fraud and then ritual killings. It's becoming prevalent these days. One internet fraudster. The police swung into action after getting information about a child trafficking syndicate, and they go there and they find a woman who has about how many children that do not belong to her. Stolen children. She's trying to sell them off. These people were arrested. Armed robbery. Someone has been kidnapped and is yet to gain his or her freedom. Story of a 12-year-old girl. It's been well over 4 months since her kidnap, and till date her parents do not know her whereabouts, even after they have paid ransom. And then after share all these stories, or maybe one of these stories, a man using his family members for ritual purposes, you hear a response like this: my dear, well, can we blame them? The country is hard, quite alright. People now saying it is okay to get involved in criminal activities simply because the country is hard. So it's December and the country is hard, like some people have said. The rate of defrauding people, some people would sit wherever it is they are and they'll have their accounts cleaned out by some internet fraudster. Some fraudster would, some people would lose valuable stuff. And it's that December season again where people feel the need to actually make the end better than the beginning. So when people travel, there are people that still like to travel. And when they travel, they have to look like they have made it. So there is that pressure, to make it. The economic condition influences crime rates. It's a fundamental argument in economic theory. Specifically, a rational human being is associated with social well-being. The conventional knowledge is that when economic conditions are unbearable, people cannot take it anymore, crime rates will increase. Contrarily, in the period of healthy economic condition, crime rates may decrease. But the two questions I am asking are these. Have we come to a point where we normalize certain criminal activities because of economic hardship? We tend to approve them. We tend to make an excuse for the perpetrators of such crimes solely because country had. And maybe this person was the one who was brave enough or bold enough to actually think of committing those crimes and went ahead to execute them. That if you have someone who is doing something criminal, as opposed to reporting them to the of every individual, because this is what it is. You are not directly affected because it is not you. You're not the one whose husband or wife was kidnapped. You're not the one who's going to get robbed. You're not the one who will sit at your office and have your accounts cleaned out. You're not the one who tends to be a victim of these criminal activities. However, someone out there, some family out there, tends to be the victim. Hence, it is not something that we should applaud. No. What then can be done to prevent crime in a period of economic hardship? Think about it. So again, I go over the questions. Have we come to a point where we normalize certain criminal activities because of economic hardship? And what can be done to prevent crime in a period of economic hardship? Let's talk. Shall we? Yes. 081003. WhatsApp and Telegram number for your WhatsApp and messages is 0809 030 6416. Once again, WhatsApp and Telegram number 0809 030 6416. On X, we're live at Nigeria Info PH remains our X handle. Go there, watch us live. Most importantly, drop your comments in the comment section. That's tweet your response, and I'll read them in course of the conversation. Same thing for Facebook. Facebook page Nigeria Info 92.3 PH 90. Like I said, we always have the alternative number. It is 0817 923 0009. 0817 923 0009. And then WhatsApp and Telegram number 0809 030 6416.
Different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
It's natural to have different ideologies. We tend to see things from different perspectives.
Can be done to prevent crime in a period of economic hardship and also criminal activities because of economic hardship. Let me start with the messages on Facebook. Chijoke Moses says, chat station is old news. Promise Macaulay says, if the government cannot give people paid jobs, then little money for upkeep should be. Food is ready. Felix says, welcome.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon, my brother. How you doing?
Dennis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, great.
All right, let's talk.
Walter is talking from
Walter, you're welcome.
Dennis, this topic you bring this afternoon. I don't know where we're going on. Let me tell you, when we were grown up, it has not been like this. And I stand to tell you, it will not be more better. It will be even more worse in the next 5 years, whether you like it or not. Because everywhere is being corrupt. Nobody respects each other. The courts, the judges, everybody from local government to federal. Nobody listens. A small boy that is not up to 18 years said, Oga, go your way. I said, why must you people standing here shooting shot knockers? When I saw the situation, I have to leave that place. Because these boys, they are not ready to learn work. They are not ready to go school. And when I investigated, they said one of their members, all these Yahoo boys, won 18 million or so.
He won 18 million or he stole 18 million?
Yes, 18 million. The money he didn't suffer for.
He stole it. He didn't win it. That's what
he stole the money. So in a case like this, they shoot this knockout till that can 1 a.m. Then the police came and arrested few of them. Till now, what have they done to them?
All right, Walter, quickly, because I have Origi waiting. Okay. Thank you. Origi from Mabogu, welcome to the sunny side.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Origi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm good.
Happy New Month.
Oh, yes.
The month of a good time.
It's still a new month. Happy New Month.
You see, I will tell you one thing. There is no way Nigeria would be a good place for armed robbers not to exist. For all bad things not to exist. No way. From 1979, when I saw the people that were shooting at Lagos shooting ground, immediately there people were still stealing. They tied people at the state, shooting them, and people were still stealing. There I know that there will be no time you will not see armed robbers. But I'm not saying Nigeria is a bad place today because there is no work. Which time has there been work in Nigeria where they go house to house and pick people to go and work? It has been a hard time. Because when I grew, as I was going home, my mother always tell me every year, this December is hard, this our festival is hard. No time we say there is plenty money, no time. We always open. Okay, last year we said to come home is very hard because the transport was high. This year they were complaining. Transport is very high, we cannot go home. Which year we will say, this year is a robust year, we are seeing money. So, for me, those armed robbers, those thieves, look at now, we are taken over by Yahoo boys. The mothers, the fathers, everybody, they are there at home, felicitating them that they are doing well. Building houses, influencing the people who are supposed to go to school and learn, not to do it. The crime will still exist tomorrow. It will never end.
Okay.
What is the Nigerian government doing about the Yahoo boys? Very soon they will change to a different one. So let us pray and then check our own children, not to join them.
All right. Thank you, Origi.
You know, we are told in my community, does not mean I will drink a sheep's urine. That means even in terms of economic hardship, man must work or you must pay your bills. Unfortunately, I believe that the Nigerian society has welcomed this other side of life because we've lost our value system. And that's why you heard the story of this, the man who just spoke of the person who win 18 million.
I had to be sure I heard him correctly. He stole 18 million or he won 18 million. They are two different things.
Well, it depends on which side of you find yourself. The mother that will go to church to give thanksgiving and testify that since her son became a Yahoo person or joined the Yahoo business, now their fortune change. What do you expect in the society? In times like this, I think the only way you can be people, something you know is tangible that will take care of persons on a daily basis. Because if I can feed, my family will chop. Sometimes the temptation to go and do the nefarious activities might not be there. But in this case, no. So what do you do with the herds? That's why you know the best dancer among the animals. For now, I will tell you directly. But most times it is good to speak out. If it is where the security agents will keep you on the low. Because sometimes when you see these things and you go to report, Before you know, they come for you.
They
In
come
that case,
for
what
you.
do you do, my lady?
All right. Thank you very much. Miriam from Okrika, welcome to the sunny side. Zion, you have to be patient. Miriam, go ahead. Zion is waiting.
Yeah, Didi, I think when we mention crime and then begin to relate it with economic action, I think there's a reason for crime, and this is what these people that commit this crime hold on to. They bank on it. Oh, there's economic, there's no job, but the intellect they are using to commit this crime, there are positive areas, ways they can channel it, but they rather decided to use that intellect and the resources available to them, to do the wrong. And for me, it is just the make the sentences, the punishment, increase the punishment, the consequences, increase it. And how do we increase? Through security agencies, continue to how do they system for them to be punished? And just those incentives, that would deal with these people.
All right, thank you, Muriel. Zion from Jerry, thank you for your patience. Go ahead.
My mom normally give us this adage at home. Dog when hungry they cash, mind they bite them. But if you feed that dog, he go sleep. This way, with this present Nigerian structure, we cannot deal with the issue of crime yet. Because even those you want to go and ask to go and fight crime, they themselves are the criminals. So what is now the hunters are now the hunted? If you like, go to Israel, pack all the police army in Israel, bring them to Nigeria. They will still feed the dogs. Literally now, or hypothetically now, I'm not talking about the human beings, so that they can sleep. Look at these young boys and young girls. Do you know the strength and the energy these guys carry? What can the government do? Give them factories for them to start working this night.
Zion.
Yes.
Every time we've talked about how some youths are involved in criminal activities, we've always come back to the government and what the government have done and what the government have not done. I like to go back in history because there was a time when the government was actively involved in the development and recruitment of these young people. Skill acquisitions here and there, amnesty programs here and there, Delta intervention here and there.
They sold their what? Their slots, which means you gave the wrong person the slots. That is why I detest this word, empowerment. Gather them for empowerment. Why are you giving empowerment? I think in this your program, what I said something about this and empowerment. You don't need to empower any youth. They don't need to empowerment. The thing empowerment is a scam. All you need to do is to scout for them. Go and look the ones who can work. Is he ready to work? Engage him. Is she into tailoring? Can you just upgrade her tailoring to a professional level? She's a stylist. Can you engage her and uplift it to a standard? In my office called some youths that were disturbing at the gate every day. Hotels everywhere in that environment.
Thank you, Mr. Zion. Thank you. Let me read some of the messages I have here. Good afternoon, Denise. Concerning this matter, happy new month. How to reduce increased crime rates in this economic hardship is by one, to have a good paying job. Because this one who is idle that can think of bad things to do. Because the idle mind is the devil's workshop. So simple. Don't be lazy and idle. Godwin from Alakaya. Barry Ledor Clever says price control. Price control as a means to reduce crime rates in a period of economic hardship. Okay. I'm seeing multiple what's it called now? Just a few seconds, please. I see duplicates of some of your messages. I'm trying to sort them out. Let me go to WhatsApp while I try to sort this ones out now. Chijoke Moses says, truly the economy is very hard, but this should not normalize criminal activities. Men that does not feel the pains, challenges, look into it critically. There should be jobs of opportunity. In fact, as individuals, we can help by linking people to any job vacancy. CJ from Abloma. Help link people to any job vacancy? Can we do that? DDW, so many of these guys are even better than some of us that are not ready to stain our hands in these dirty deals. For me, this criminal act is in their blood. There is no condition that justifies what they are doing. These people are lazy. Last month, I was duped of some hundreds of thousands through their online fraud. Though I have gone to court, and I got a court order for my money to be returned back to my account on or before December 23rd this month. Though I have not got the money yet, but I will continue to push until I get my money back. Amino. CJ from Abalama says, good afternoon, Didi. Truly, the economy is getting harder and difficult, but it does not justify crime. Government ought to look into it critically. Provide jobs. Individuals can also, if there is job vacancy, link people who know they are jobless. Link. And as from what he says, the solution is very simple. I wish it were. Give them the North Korea treatment. Nigeria is not as bad as North Korea, but you don't see them doing rubbish they do here. My sister, enter the street. Believe me, the streets have legalized some evil like internet fraudsters. Imagine someone went to somebody's shop to do fake transfer, and one person would say, leave him, country hard. So the person that went to borrow money to start the business or owns the shop thinks no hard for Amabi. The truth is, ordinary Nigerians have legalized corruption. NS from Woji. And then this message reads, the parental upbringing of our children nowadays is contributing to the evils in the land. Fidelis Ihanye Lemuwa from Chokochoeche. Didi, this thing is not rocket science, so. Government should build industries to engage these unemployed persons, and crime in this hard time will come to a reasonable end. Otherwise, crime will continue to boom. The HK boy must have paid 10% in one church like that. Simply goodness from Halakaya. Kirsty from Port Harcourt says, Didi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. There is no justification for any crime committed, especially the ones that inflict pain on others. And then on the second thought, our government are really the ones pushing many into different kinds of crime. Our government will never allow the small-scale businesses to breathe. They keep frustrating them out of business. Didi, if you see the level of frustration small-scale businesses are facing in the hands of our government, you will pity them. So to stop crime, government should allow those doing genuine businesses to breathe. Let the genuine businesses breathe, right? Each time we talk about societal ills on the side of the youth is mostly boy-centered. Let us hammer on prostitution and pornography. Those are crimes in Nigeria. Freeborn, are they actually crimes in Nigeria? Someone says, I'm just imagining what time I have to go and perpetuate evil when I work 12 hours every day and come back home and sleep like a log of wood. If people are engaged with jobs, crimes will reduce. Philip from Ajib. Are you forgetting that even in the jobs, there are people that perpetrate criminal activities? Someone has a good job and at some point feels like the person wants more. Greed. And the person starts stealing from the company where the person works. The government maybe are not doing enough to provide jobs for the youths. But individuals like you and I would employ young people to help us run our businesses, put them on salaries, give them accommodation, and they end up stealing from us. Do we blame the government that did not provide jobs in that regard? Your sales girl will sell 10,000 naira. Tell you they sold only 2,000 naira. You walk into a shop and you want to buy something. And you ask for the account details. And they give you an account number that does not have a business name. And you go ahead and pay that money. only to realize that maybe much later you actually paid to the account of the sales girl, and that money will not be remitted to the oga or the madam. Is that the government as well? Times are hard, but you have a job. You may not be working for an oil company, you may not be working for a government company. Just maybe your madam is even paying you close to or above minimum wage, but you still choose to steal from her. The people that do businesses that still find a way to cheat people, that a pack of attachment that used to be how many gram is not up to anymore because they buy it or seal it, that even a bag of rice that's supposed to produce how many custard rubbers is not complete because people have a way of, you see those bags, there's a way they pockets, pum, 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 and before you know it, they've extracted like one rubber of rice and they reseal it and they sell it to you, unsuspecting customer. I mean, these criminal activities span across different sectors. So beyond the kidnap, hey, he's a kidnapper, armed robber, hey, armed robber, Yahoo boy, hey, Yahoo boy, trafficker, hey, are these little crimes. Let's go on the break for trending stories.
Nigeria Info.